really strange.
Would be a crash now because it knew we were getting that sentiment.
Yep, let me just quickly finish. Uh, okay, there you go.
The instability of the planet itself is an anomaly. The unique thermodynamic roiling beneath the planet's surface should keep planetary geologists busy for decades. But outside the unique geological readings, there are no odd spatial, temporal, or radiological readings outside the normal.
Alright, understood.
And there's nothing that kind of looks like it's doing that to the planet, right? So it's all natural.
That is correct.
Oh, natural. Let's give me Commander Valak. Come in.
Aye, sir.
Do you think a probe would survive being launched into the planet's atmosphere?
Yeah,
Yeah, it would. Okay.
yeah, you could give it a try.
Should be able to, sir. We could send one out.
Prepare a Class 4 probe, Commander Valak, and launch it as soon as you.
That'd be great.
Aye, sir.
Alright, so that is going to be control to prepare a probe like this that can survive on the planet's surface. That'll be control engineering difficulty 2.
Can I assist?
I'm gonna say no. And
I was
you.
thinking like programming the flight of the probe.
Nope. This is gonna be Valak. So. Yep, you did. You did get it. So yeah, you do have it takes you maybe 30 minutes. You kind of have to. You have to recoat the framing of the probe so that it'll be able to survive the planetary conditions. But yeah, you should be able to fire this probe down to the planet's surface, and combined with the telemetry from all three ships, you should get some really fascinating readings.
Probe is
That's
ready,
what I mean.
sir.
Very well, Commander Valak, launch it at your discretion.
Hmm.
Very well, Lon.
Alright, the probe fires off down to the planet, and not you.
Captain,
Or Merok.
it appears we are receiving a hail from Malak.
Or Merok.
On screen.
Yeah, no, I misspelled it. So the captain appears on screen again, Captain Bivek, and you're still down in engineering, right? Right, Valak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Says, I see you have sent a probe down. Quite a wise decision. None of the probes on board our two ships are capable of surviving the planetary conditions.
That's why Starfleet sent us, Captain. We're here to assist you and gather surveys for Starfleet.
Of course, things have been rather uneventful here the past couple of days. We only recently arrived in the Shackleton Expanse, 2 weeks ago.
Have you had any encounters with any other races, perhaps, in this very... anything?
Nothing to any sort of meaningful extent. We have cataloged a couple of emerging Class M worlds, with burgeoning signs of life. Who knows? Perhaps in 5 to 30 million years, that life could evolve into something more sentient. However, nothing resembling a spacefaring civilization. This particular area of space is rather small and new in the grand cosmic scheme.
And this anomaly, like this planet, this is the first kind of anomaly you've detected.
To use a more, human term, you could call it the most exciting that we have encountered. However, all such readings are the same to us.
He's not smiling, is
He is not.
he? Very exciting.
Stone-faced Vulcan.
Stone Cold Steve Austin right on the screen there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's alright with you, Captain, we will report any findings from the probe directly to you, and we will also upload it to the comm link that we have.
Very good. It will be a pleasure to continue working with you, Captain. And he looks down at his console, and hang on. The answer to that is no. Corin. But
Thank you.
I am about to send you something. It's the Merok. Here it is. Oh, did I say Merok was hailing you?
Yes?
I meant that to Sol. My mistake.
Alright.
So you're talking to the guy, not the woman.
Captain,
Yes, Ensign?
I have just detected numerous explosions aboard the Merok.
Red alert! Give me some scans. What is going on over there?
I'll let you know right now. The Merok is putting out a open hail.
On screen.
Let me pull up the red alert sounds. Where are they? Let me put on some sinister music. Is this it? Is this what I wanted? No. No. I think this is what I wanted. No, not this one. No, this is what I wanted. The screen goes. The screen lights up, and you see alarm klaxons blaring on the other end. Oh shoot! Why do I have both of these? There we go. That's what. Why am I having such a hard time with this? The captain is going. We have numerous hull breaches on decks 3, 5, and 11. We are currently losing warp core containment. Numerous explosive devices have gone off on multiple decks, trying to determine the originating source.
Do you need assistance, Captain?
We don't. We are currently attempting to, and then it cuts out. The footage cuts out. And the screen goes black for a second. And then something appears on the screen. The screen goes red for a moment. And you see what looks like a mask. The image of a face. if you've ever seen one of those masks that are like, how they have the masks of comedy and tragedy?
Mhm.
It's sort of got that shape to it. It has pointed ears like you expect on a Vulcan, but they're exaggerated to a unbelievable extent. And the most glaring thing to you is the twisted smile on its face as you hear these words. We all wear masks of all different kinds. Us on our faces, you on your minds. You try to hide from your sadness and pain. But when logic fails, then chaos will reign. As the
Silo.
Merok explodes.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Should I roll for it?
Do we
That
get?
escalated quickly.
Oh no.
We had our shields up. That was a good call from myself. If I do date.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how much gets, Oh, damn it, I didn't turn my sound effects thing up properly. I spent forever setting that up. Do you want to hear the actual voice that it was set in?
Oh, go ahead, please.
Because I gotta redo it then.
Go ahead.
This is what it sounded like.
We all wear masks of all different kinds. Us on our faces, you on your minds. You try to hide from your sadness and pain, but when logic fails, then chaos will reign.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now we got the full experience.
Yeah, it's
All the creepiness.
you see why I wanted that to, yeah. So I gotta roll to see how much damage is done. It's not gonna be too much. Not gonna be too bad.
Yeah, just as a question.
Hang on.
I was.
So your shields take 1 damage.
Pish posh.
Oh, and I don't know why it's this. Why I pulled up the Sarek. Did not mean for that to be it.
Because this ship that was the Vulcan ship is actually the Sarek.
Shh. No. But so shields have taken a light hit. Shields are still holding at 85%.
Ensign Corin, report.
Shields are still holding at 85%.
Any breaches, casualties?
None aboard your ship.
Right. Lieutenant Silo, scan the Vulcan ship. Any life signs?
That will be a difficulty 0 task. You don't even have to make a check for it. No life signs.
Roll for momentum. Fuck it.
Oh, sure. You wanna get the momentum? Ooh.
Yeah, give me the point.
No.
I also have a question.
Well,
about this.
hang on. I will say this. Because of the high resolution sensors, you do get a extra momentum, and I will say that you can use the successes you got and momentum to have that all cancel out.
Sure. It's like nothing happened.
Yep.
Ensign Freewell, you had a question.
Well, hang on. I gotta give Silo the answer first.
Ah.
No, it's like a really short question. But it's to the GM.
Hold on. Apparently people are having trouble here. I gotta turn up your volumes. Give me a second. Okay, I'm sorry. So I gotta send Silo something first before I answer any further questions.
That was it, Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
No life signs.
Well, Ensign Freewell, what was your question?
My question is, since I announced before everything happened, I was looking from the outside of a ship with the camera on the other ships. Did I notice anything?
Nope.
So there was nothing from the outside.
Nope.
We just saw
Oh,
the ship
okay.
go boom, and that's it.
Okay, no, I thought they boarded somehow inside or something, and I kind of spotted the thing going into the ship.
Nope.
Right.
You would not have seen anything like that.
Lieutenant Silo,
Okay.
hail the other Vulcan ship immediately.
Yep.
Alright, sir.
And the captain, Captain Bivek appears on the screen, said, "Captain, I demand an explanation."
Captain Bivek, let me be pardon my candor, but what the hell happened?
We are just as much in the dark as you are, Captain.
Did you receive the same transmission from the ship as we did?
Indeed, quite unnerving.
Have you any idea what it means?
We have our suspicions.
Well, lay them out, please.
That course of action would not be prudent at this moment. And he looks to the other officers on his bridge, and they all look at him the same way.
Ensign Corin, lower the shield. Captain Bivek, you are hereby invited to my quarters for discussion.
Understood. If it is all the same to you, I will be bringing along a security detachment of my own.
By all means. Commander Veloc, beam over the security detachment and the captain over when they are ready. Ensign Corin, assemble a security detail. I want you and another person along with me in that ready room.
And I just sent something to Corin. It's very deep down, but that's what you get. Yes.
Should I relay that to people, like, out loud?
If you would like.
Okay, I'm going to try to subtly go over to the captain and tell him that I can sense unease in the Vulcan captain.
It is noted. I still want you with me, and I need your expert Beta Zord opinion.
Okay, are you going to meet him in the ready room or in the transporter room itself?
In the transporter room, and we will guide him over to the ready room.
Okay, then I'm not even...
Security escort.
Okay, then I'm not even gonna bring you guys to the transporter room. I'm just gonna blip us over straight to the ready room.
So the scene is as follows. I'm on the desk behind the desk in my chair. The Vulcan is in one of these chairs, and I can just imagine that the security is flopped everywhere around the room.
Who else is in the room with you?
Corin and another security officer of our own, and two other Vulcan security officers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that is correct. Okay. Just
Do we have to like activate our security support for that, or is it?
until they do something, no.
Okay.
Like the moment that they take some action that actually has a mechanical benefit, then you have to. But so yeah, you guys.
We raise the shield. We raise the shield back up, right?
No, keep the shields down. Silo, make a support security character if you feel like it while we're having
We
this.
already have one. Remember the Vulcan poet?
Oh yes, the Klingon. Yes, he will come along with us. Yes. Excellent. Okay.
Who will come?
Klingon love poet.
Hmm.
That should be one of his focuses.
Graham, go ahead when you're ready.
Okay, so you bring him into the room. Your prerogative.
May I offer you something?
I am fine, Captain.
Very well. Computer, tea, Earl Grey, hot.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
So yeah, some tea appears in your little replicator.
Excellent. I'll take it and sit behind the chair. Captain, you were going to tell me something. Please go ahead.
I do not believe I was going to tell you anything, Captain. I merely said that the situation was not right. The situation is not right now, either.
Well, pardon me, Captain, but I trust my security officers well, I have nothing but the utmost trust for my security officers, and I assume, because you brought your security officers along with you, that you have nothing but the utmost trust for them. Anything you wish to say can be said in the privacy of this room, and I promise you, nothing will go outside this room.
That is not what I am concerned with, Captain. My concern is to the security of this ship on its own.
What do you mean?
And let me give something to Corin.
Just out of curiosity, Betazoid people can telepathically speak to other.
Yeah, that is true. They
Or
can.
is it only to other Betazoid people?
No. Beta. Well, it's complicated. It depends. Is Corin an empath or a telepath?
I'm an empath, but I was under the impression that I wasn't allowed to be a telepath.
Yeah. It's we got to be careful how many people we give that kind of thing to.
The telepathic speech thing only works with other telepaths in that situation.
Yeah, it's especially with so many Vulcans on board.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be like sitting, I don't know, like right behind the commander.
Or on this couch over here. I don't mind.
Okay, well I want to be close enough to you where I'm not like having to speak across the room, you know?
Right behind you then is fine. Yeah, sure.
So I'm just going to like tell you that I can sense that the captain doesn't trust the Hadfield's presence right now or anything aboard it. He's very like cautious.
Mm-hmm. Captain, let us cut straight to the chase. You said you had your suspicions about what that thing on our view screens was, and I'm willing to listen you out. Because we don't know what it was either, and we had nothing, I mean nothing, to do with your sister ship's explosion. Trust me, we want to get to the bottom of this as much as you do.
Okay, give me a presence command check.
Does diplomacy work?
I'll say so. Yeah. Hang on. Difficulty 3.
Y'all mind if I use my the point? One momentum.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Alright. Hey!
Your presence in this system could very much, your presence in the system followed so shortly after by the explosion of our vessel is not a coincidence. However, it is yet to be seen as to the nature of the coincidence. However, with lack of further information, I have no choice but to put my trust in you, Captain. Let me turn off this music now, cause so he stands up and he says, "There's a group currently known in Federation intelligence circles, but more specifically to the Vulcan people.
Go ahead.
They are known as the followers of Tosek.
And these followers are the ones you suspect blew up your sister.
Indeed, the followers of Tosek are a terrorist group. Romulans.
I see. And that mask, that is their symbol?
Yes, the symbol of a Vulcan trickster god from before the Enlightenment. Tosek,
See.
the god of chaos.
I see. What do you suggest we do now, Captain?
There is very little we can do. All things considered, these saboteurs are, with what we know now, these saboteurs prefer high-profile acts of sabotage, things that create a big spectacle.
Do you think they actually managed to infiltrate your sister ship as a sleep?
I do not know, but if there is an agent aboard the, if there was an agent aboard the Maroc, there could just as easily be one aboard the, what was it called? The the Tosek. Or, and he looks you straight in the eyes, on board the Hadfield.
I see, but let me pose this question. Why would a Romulan terrorist group target anyone other but Vulcan ships? Surely they harbor more hate and other malicious feelings against you than
Indeed, as long as the Tosek is still here, we are in danger.
I see. How about this? Once the Hadfield finishes its crew interrogation, which I don't think should take long, I will send over a couple of my most trusted personal security officers to help keep the peace aboard your ship and, if need be, help interrogate your crew, if that is okay with you.
Presence command difficulty 2.
Diplomacy counts?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I generate a momentum.
Yes, you do. Very well, Captain. I am still uncertain about many aspects of the situation, but I have no better alternative.
If I may suggest one thing before you go back to your... I would begin crew interrogations immediately, with or without. Put your most loyal officer on the case, and keep your shields down. In case you start exploding, I will have my chief engineer beam as much as he can to aboard our ship into safety. Do you understand?
Understood.
Well then, we will begin crew interrogations on the Hadfield post-haste. I suggest we go do the same, Captain.
And he stands up and the 2 security officers escort him out.
Ensign Corin,
Sir.
you're in charge of this whole debacle. Go around, take somebody you trust alongside with you, one of the other bridge crew perhaps. Interrogate the crew. If you happen to find any sleeper cells among us, and I doubt you will, but just in case, let me know.
Aye, sir.
Very well. Go on. I need a rest. And I will lie down on the tent. Eyes closed.
Okay. So, we are going to the next scene, so you guys lose a momentum.
We are down to 3 right now, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, we're down to 1 momentum, so... I assume Corin has a plan for how she is going to go about these interrogations.
Not exactly, but I'm working on it.
Well, I told you to pick somebody of the bridge crew that you trust explicitly, so pick someone, take him alongside with you, and get to...
Lieutenant Gydra is a doctor, correct?
Yes, she is.
Yes. Okay. Would you assist me, Lieutenant West?
Absolutely. With what?
I was hoping you would be able to do blood tests on some of the crew members.
Yes, I can do that. Could I do that on the fly, like take a little blood test thing, or do they have to all come back to the,
Well, as she's interrogating them, I assume you
Yeah.
can just take a small blood test.
Yeah, doctor's orders. You can instruct that they submit themselves to a blood sampling as a precaution.
Okay. Am I
Well, but-
assuming that then all of us on the bridge crew know about what was said in the ready room, or?
Only Ensign Korn knows about it.
Yep.
As far as you know, you're just doing blood tests.
Yep. Corin is allowed
Okay,
to.
so what am I looking for, Ensign?
Could she also be checking for like prosthetic implants?
I think a simple scan with your
Yeah.
with your tool would do it. I mean,
Mhm.
but also like anybody resisting blood tests, you know something's up.
And would it be something of like importance if it was Romulan blood?
Can
You
you actually tell Vulcan blood apart from Romulan blood?
yes, you can, because there has been genetic drift over the past couple thousand years that the Romulans and Vulcans have been apart. You can totally tell.
Oh, then there you go.
But I will say, sometimes the Romulans do take efforts to mask it. So, you gotta be careful. Like,
Are Romulans more susceptible to my empathetic powers than the Vulcans?
yeah, they are easier to read because they have lost the latent psychic abilities, present in Vulcans.
Okay.
So what am I looking for on these blood tests then?
So
Is she gonna
mostly we'd just be looking for anyone resisting the blood tests. And I would also be, when interrogating them, asking them about previous experience. Do you have any don't you have background in anthropology or something?
I do, yeah, in cultural studies.
Maybe we'll see if you can find a way to make it apply. It might apply, but
So yeah, I would be interrogating members of the crew, and you would be there to assist me in blood tests, just as a simple, I don't know, just to see if people would become uneasy from the fact that we would be testing them.
Alright, that's no problem.
Sorry, what was that?
Said no problem, I can help with that.
Okay. And could I also bring the Klingon security officer with me as well?
mm-hmm.
Good.
Wait, so have you informed Lieutenant Wag as to what the situation is?
Well, currently we're going to be doing interrogations on the crew. Wasn't she...
I mean, at this point, I know that I guess you're gonna be doing interrogations. If I'm gonna be with you, I might hear your questions, but I'm not privy to the information from inside the ready room.
Okay, yeah, so we're currently looking for a Romulan spy aboard the ship because that's a fear of the Vulcan captain, that they believe the acts aboard the other Vulcan ship were due to a Romulan terrorist group.
And the Klingon next to you says, "If there is one thing worse than a Romulan, it's a rogue Romulan."
Okay, so we're... Yeah. Do I need to... Sorry, do I need to, like... Can I just then be taking blood? Is that a thing I can just do
Yeah.
automatically?
No really complicated tests for it. You know, long as the subject isn't resisting you, but... so, I assume you're going to want to start with the bridge crew?
Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
While all that happened, can my character start piecing together how the ship explode, like making a 3D model of what happened? Like from where it explodes, where it expanded, where it started, and all that? From our scans?
That'd be more up to the ops officer or the engineer.
Yeah, but can I do it from my station? That's what I'm asking. 'Cause I would
Certainly,
do it without anyone.
certainly not from your station.
Oh, okay.
So who do you want to call first?
I mean, I think, I'll give myself a blood test first, I guess, if, you know, just for
It might be a
trustworthiness, I guess.
idea to start with any Vulcans aboard, as they could most easily disguise themselves.
Vulcans.
Get up here, Velok.
So you want to start with Valak?
No, I was just making a joke. But I was just saying any other Vulcans we have aboard the Hadfield, as well as myself and Commander Velok. Just because I think it would be, if I was a Romulan, you know, I would probably disguise myself as a Vulcan because it would be easier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about singling out specifically Vulcan crew, but I guess if we're just going to be doing it as quick as possible, then we can do that.
It's only logical.
So who are you going to start with?
Myself and Lieutenant Wag, and then is it Valak, who's also Vulcan?
Yep.
And so is Silo.
And then Silo.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I am going to start with Valak, and we are actually going to start with him getting the call to go up to speak with the security officer.
Okay.
Let me turn off the bridge and turn on the warp core.
We are still on red alert, right?
No, we have lowered.
Yeah, are you at yellow?
Yellow alert, yeah.
I was gonna say, it's got to at least be yellow.
Don't like having this shift to engineering. What are you gonna do to the ship?
So you're going to get called up, I presume, like a couple floors?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Okay, so actually I'm gonna move us here then. So you come out of the turbo lift, and you see the Vulcan captain of the other vessel and his security team for the first time, and you recognize him. You've seen his face before.
In what instance have I seen them before?
Hello, father.
If you really want to remember, okay. You are you going to stop, or are you going to keep walking past them?
I'll keep walking, but as I go by, I'm gonna take a quick glance again back, just to do another check.
And as you round the corner and hear the turbolift doors open, you remember the name Bivek pop into your head. More specifically, you remember when Bivek ran up the side of the hill to inform you that his brother had taken ill.
Crap baskets. Okay. I'm just gonna continue heading up to do these tests.
Mm-hmm. You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay, you walk into the room where the security chief, the doctor, and a rather surly Klingon security officer is standing.
Well, reporting in for my blood test.
Hello, Commander. Would you please take a seat?
Very well.
I just had a few questions I wanted to ask you, and would you be bothered if Lieutenant Wag were to take a blood test while I did so?
Not at all.
Okay.
Great.
Alright, Commander, this won't hurt a bit. I'll take your blood.
Okay. Are
So
there
really this blood test is just to check to see if you have any Vulcan blood. Are you related to Vulcan?
he is
Romulan. My bad. Romulans at all?
No. My family has always been from Vulcan.
Hmm.
I'm assuming I get Vulcan, the blood test comes back Vulcan, or...
Yep, yes it does. And, there's no
What was the name of the, Lord of Chaos or whatever?
Tosek.
So I just wanted to ask you, Block, if you knew anything about Tosek.
Valak, you would remember that you aren't aware, because you've been in Starfleet a while. You aren't aware of the followers of Tosek. You don't know about the terrorist group, but you are aware that Tosek was a god of chaos before the age of Surak.
The name does sound familiar. I believe it's from mythology, Vulcan mythology. I believe the god of chaos, if I remember.
Yeah.
And so do you know anything about the group of followers that he has?
I do not know.
So, okay. I don't know. I don't suspect it's him or any of the crew members that have been here for multiple episodes. However, I just wanted to, I guess that'll probably be standard procedure when I'm asking people about it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Valak. And then I just had a question. Brennan, can I sense how Valak is feeling right now? Or, if I ask those questions, did it bring up any sort of, discomfort?
That would be a question you would have to ask Valak himself. Because I don't want to be the one who tells you how Valak is feeling.
Okay, I understand.
While coming in already before any of the questions, I already have just a very faint tinge of guilt. But it is buried very deep. As far as the questions and everything go, nothing changed there.
Okay, so before he leaves, I'm just gonna ask him, Commander, did you know that I was a Betazoid?
I mean, he would know that. He would.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been common knowledge.
I'm just gonna ask him. I can sense that you're feeling guilty about something. Do you feel like talking about it?
It's more of a personal nature.
I understand. You're free to go, Commander.
Very well.
Okay. Who-
Okay, so I guess I would just continue with Lieutenant Silo,
Okay.
ask him the same sorts of questions, and yeah, just if he knew anything about the Lord of Chaos and their followers, and then sense how those questions made him feel.
Okay. You're probably gonna. Well, yeah, that'd be up to Silo to tell you.
Silo probably wouldn't even remember the name of the god of chaos because he left Vulcan at such a young age. So a lot of those stories are far gone for him.
Yeah, they were basically any stories you remember about Tosek is basically that they are the equivalent of the kind of bedtime stories that mothers on Vulcan read to their kids in order to scare them straight. Well, not scare them straight, but to
So in that case, it might be one of the few things I remember from Vulcan.
to instill lessons in you.
Yeah, but besides the other questions that I would be followed with, it wouldn't have any effect or give him any sort of feeling of apprehension or motive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you particularly remember the story of Tosek and the 5 copper pieces, which was a cautionary tale about stealing. So, there you go. So I assume that you have no further questions for him beyond what you've already asked?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it pretty minimal for this crew.
Okay, so I assume you're gonna head back over, so Silo, you're gonna start heading back up to the bridge?
Yes.
Okay. As you, you have to walk down a couple corridors to get to the turbo lift. As you do, turn the corner towards the turbo lift doors open, and a male Vulcan walks out. He's wearing a blue science uniform, and he walks past you. And as you hear the footsteps fading away around the corner, you come to the realization that you don't remember him from...
I'm gonna follow him, like, immediately.
Okay, you turn back around, walk around the corner, and he is gone.
A ghost.
Silo 2,
Come in.
I've just spotted a Vulcan male in a blue science uniform, not one of my officers and not someone that I recognize. I suggest posting some patrols to search for this.
Thank you, Lieutenant. So I'm gonna immediately, because we know that we're looking for somebody who's a spy, somebody we're not gonna recognize, and somebody who might be Vulcan, like dressed up as one, I'm gonna have like a lookout for that. Send out security.
Your security sweeps the area, checks every... so I assume you call some security officers from a couple other locations?
Sure.
So, they search this entire deck. They cannot find this Vulcan that Silo saw.
I would send my security detail back to their like posted positions, but have them like extremely cautious if they saw someone again.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to check the Jeffers too.
Yeah. You can have some people checking Jeffers' tubes.
distraction from like current security detail because I'm afraid that that might be like purposeful. So I would want to make the security detail of looking through those tubes like minimal.
Hmm. Hold on a moment. Let me just make sure of something. Okay. I just want to think about how I want to do this. Okay.
Is that something that would call for red alert as well?
It's up to the well, actually, this wouldn't be a red alert. This would be a security alert.
I would want to definitely call a security alert for that. Would it be possible to have non-essential personnel like confined to quarters?
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
All right, I want to do that as well.
I mean, that's going to be like 4 people, but yes, you can
Why not, man?
you can absolutely do that.
It's gonna make them easier to find if there's not just like random people walking around.
Mm-hmm. Let me just see how okay, I'm gonna roll this now. Where is the character sheet? I want this one, and I am going to spend I'm gonna spend a threat. No, I'm gonna spend a threat and roll 3 dice. No focus. It is. Oh, hang on. That is wrong. What are those numbers? Yeah, no, I'm aware. So I am going to spend 2 more threat, and I get to roll 2 dice. Yeah. Okay, so I get those 2 threat back. And so in total, I spent 1 threat doing all this. Okay. Carry on.
My goal in all of this is to make chaos a minimal thing in this entire investigation and aboard the ship. So I want to continue to interview the members of the crew on the bridge.
Okay. You can do that easily enough. I'm going to say that just from interviewing all the crew on the bridge, you don't particularly pick out anything of interest.
Just one thing. When I get called in the room, I will enter, and when I will see the doctor, you would feel like a very, very big guilt pressing me.
Dude, we're not doing stuff with you right now. Just.
You said you interrogate all the people on the bridge. I was on the bridge. That was right.
Gabriel hasn't gotten to do anything else either.
Has he? Oh.
Yeah, and no, I was just saying, as an RP thing, that's the only thing that will be weird.
Okay.
When she would interrogate me, just as a thing.
Okay, so. Alrighty. Anything else?
Not for me, definitely.
Okay. Let's see. Well, what do you guys want to do next?
I would just want to continue to interrogate next the Vulcan crew members.
Okay, and I think now is a good time to do this. So, Silo, you're back on the bridge, I assume? Oh, yeah. I totally know what I'm doing with this.
Is Captain on the bridge? Or Volok?
Uh,
What was that? Kind of cut out there.
Is the Captain or Volok on the bridge?
I am in my ready room sleeping.
And I'm in engineering.
On screen.
okay. Okay, let me just... The screen goes red, and you see the face of that mask again.
Tick tock, tick tock, goes the clock.
And... The ship rumbles as... An explosion goes off in the computer core.
Wrecking my ship.
Alright, time to get back on the bridge. March out. Status report. What the hell just happened?
Received a hail from the followers of Tosek, seems, and got a sinister laugh and some sort of implication that we're running out of time and a rupture in one of our systems.
Commander Volok.
Do I still have control of the helm?
Yes, yes you do.
Ah, okay.
Commander Volok, report. What is the damage?
What is the damage, Jim?
As I just said, an explosive has been set off in the ship's computer core.
Okay, so, sir, all I know so far is an explosive device has been set off in the computer core.
Can I count on you to fix it?
I hope so.
Very
Was
well.
anyone in, like,
Yes,
security? Supposed to be
Oh,
posted?
you know what? I'll do this. I'll roll a challenge die. On an effect, someone is injured and requires medical attention. And yes, someone is injured and requires medical attention. There is someone...
Wag. Son and Wag, immediately get all injured personnel into your medical quarters and give them... Lieutenant Silo, hail the Vulcan ship.
As it
Alright, and the captain appears on the screen again and says, "Captain, we detected an explosion aboard your vessel. Is everything alright?"
No, not everything is alright, Captain. Did you receive a transmission as well?
No.
That is most curious. Then, I fear it is as you suspected. There is a follower of Tosek aboard our ship.
Was it a tight beam transmission?
What now?
A tight beam transmission. Because if it's pointed directly at our ship, it needs to be a tight beam transmission.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, hail? In English, please.
Yeah, it's Star Trek thing. If somebody hails you directly, it's a tight beam transmission. It's like directly towards you, the transmission.
Yeah, the hail you
It
received.
needs to have a point. Yeah, it needs to have a point of origin, and it's not a general transmission. So basically, it came from somewhere, and it was directed at us. Otherwise, the Vulcan ship would hear it as well.
I think I could be able to source it, Vincent. It's a great suggestion, but currently our computer...
Well,
That
the
is true.
the computers can be brought back online with a restore minor action.
I can give it a go from here, or you can.
It's not even a check. It's just a minor action.
Okay, Captain, I would recommend you raise your ship to red alert and bring up your shields immediately. Who knows what else might happen?
Mm-hmm.
This is to the Vulcan Cap.
Alrighty.
And until we have sufficient evidence of what has happened, well, we're just gonna keep at it, and I suggest you do the same. Commander Jacoby out.
Mhm.
Okay, Block, get me those damn computers online.
Very well, sir.
All right. So, restoring the computers back up is just a simple minor action, but just keep in mind there is damage in the computer systems that can be repaired. Just there is that whole site of the explosion to be explored.
Oh yes, just in case. Ensign Corin, take a security detail, and anybody else you feel fit to take alongside with you to the computer core and investigate, while Commander Valak repairs it.
Aye, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And Lieutenant Wag, bring those injured crewmen, well, up to health.
Working on it.
Mm-hmm. So for Lieutenant Wag, it's gonna be a until you perform a control medicine check, difficulty 2, and I'm gonna spend 2 threat to make it this way, as a complication. The engineering department, any engineering tasks made aboard the ship to try to repair systems goes up by 1.
Okay. So, do you want me to roll the control medicine now?
Yep, difficulty 2. You gain 2 momentum.
Success!
Jesus.
Nice. Did you have an applicable focus?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that actually is only 2 successes.
Okay, so how much did we generate? 2 momentum.
No, you generate no momentum, because neither of those are actually crits, because she didn't actually have a focus.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you managed to get them back up and running. It was mainly some very light burns, but you do manage to learn one bit of information based on some of the burn residue, and I'm sure the others will come to the same conclusion, but we can say for the sake of giving you some useful information that you're the one who figures this out. The residue is consistent with a tricobalt explosive.
Or tricobalt? Is that what you said
Yes, tricobalt.
planet was partly made out of?
Yeah, the
No.
explosive was probably a tricobalt explosive.
Got it. So there, can I ask one of them if they saw what happened?
Oh man, my head is swimming. What happened?
There was an explosion, in engineering in the computer. Do you remember?
Remember one? No. There were two bright flashes. Both, one was green and the other, oh, my head.
Do you remember seeing anyone down there that you didn't recognize before this happened?
And the man looks around, and you kind of have him heavily sedated, and he says, "Oh, I remember. there was a figure there, right next to the computer core.
Do you remember anything specific about the figure?
That face, that mask. It was the devil. And he fades into unconsciousness.
Okay. Sorry, my little puppy is having a little bark fit.
Oh.
Dr. Wag to Captain Jacoby.
Go ahead, Doctor.
I'm treating the crew members for burns. It looks like they're gonna be okay. Looks like the bomb could have been made out of tricobalt, according to the burn residue that I found. Also, one of them remembers seeing a strange figure in the computer area before this happening with a mask. He said that looked like the devil.
Understood, Doctor. How are the patients?
I have them heavily sedated. Their burns were pretty bad, but they're gonna be okay.
Very good. Keep me informed if anything changes. Lieutenant Silo, you're on the bridge with me, right, Sal?
Yes.
Lieutenant Silo, try cobalt. Would you put it in a bomb? A modern bomb? Or is this something medieval?
Tricobalt is an explosive that's typically used by both Romulans and Vulcans.
I'll pretend I got that answer for you, Sal.
I know it's
There are more traces of tricobalt.
Please do that at once.
Yeah.
And pass along the message to the Vulcan ship to scan for traces of tricobalt aboard there. Ensign Cora.
Sir.
Crew caught in the explosion in the computer core report seeing multiple men, wearing the masks of Tosek. Cordon off the area when you arrive there and interrogate everyone. Nobody enters engineering, nobody leaves engineering.
Sounds good.
I have an excuse to stay in engineering, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Yep.
and a big one too.
And in that case, I'm gonna. So you're going down to the computer. You're going down to the computer core, right? Right, Velok and Corin, you're in the. Are you going to the computer core?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was told to fix it there.
Ooh,
but,
I've been waiting to use this one. Yeah.
Shiny.
Yeah.
I wonder if I put that in my computer, what kind of processing speed.
So you see right here, there is a massive hole where that area should be.
Okay.
And there's just shrapnel lying on the floor. There are a couple of small fires that are still in the process of being put out by damage control teams.
This is gonna take a bit.
GM, before we get to the scene, there's just something else I'd like, if it's in my power or Lieutenant Silo's power to do. Force field around engineering and all surrounding, hallways.
Putting up security force fields? Absolutely.
Give me that shit.
Yep. In fact, do I have a sound effect for that? I might. I might have a
It's
sound.
not necessary, but if you do.
Yeah, like it's. I feel like I am required to.
And also, I would remind the captain it would be a good idea to see where that signal came from.
Yes, of course. But once we have the computer backup, without the computer backup, I don't think we can determine it. Not with our sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, GM said that we can do that. It's a minor action.
Yes, but with the assistance of the computer plus its engineering, not the sensors, though. Because sensors look outwards, and computer looks inwards. Does it not?
Yeah, that's basically how it works. Everything runs
Yep.
through the computer core at
Which
some
also
point.
includes our sensors.
Mm-hmm. Did I accidentally click something? I think I may have. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that.
It's alright.
Why is the ambience off? That was odd.
So be it. Now the ambience, everything is working against us tonight.
There we go. That's better. Oh, it's because I didn't put it on loop, I think.
Huh.
Okay.
We don't need sound. We don't need sound effects for things. They're there.
So yeah, So first, you need to figure out the extent of the damage. This is going to be a insight engineering difficulty 2 check. And don't forget, you do have your engineering team as an advantage that you can use for whatever you want.
Okay. Hold off on that for
Okay, you succeed at the task, and I will send you some info. Yeah. Just gotta figure out what this last one is. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Okay. Lieutenant Commander Valak to Commander Jacoby.
Go ahead, Commander.
Done a quick check over of the computer core. It seems that the main damage has been done to our communications relays and some slight damage to the medical database.
Nothing of too much importance was lost.
I'll have to do a bit more digging on that, sir, but shall keep you informed.
You may do the digging later. For now, your priority is to get everything that's running up again.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other questions in regards to the damage, or are you just going to move on with repairs?
Well, I was ordered to move on, so I will get to repairs.
This is going to be an extended task, because of course it is.
Yeah, there's a kind of a chunk missing.
Mm-hmm. And every time you do a task, we'll go back up to, like, the bridge somewhere else, give other people things to do, so they can keep looking into stuff. So this is going to be a work track 20. Magnitude 4.
Wow.
Yeah, magnitude 4. Difficulty 2. Actually, difficulty 3. I'm gonna spend 2 threat and make it difficulty 3. And resistance of 2. So you got a lot working against you here. Let me take a look at your characters.
Can I spend a remaining momentum?
Hang on a
By all
second.
means.
Why is this? I don't care about this. There we go. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll drag it out.
What do you have for talents? I know, cautious engineering. Nice. Got exactly what you needed.
Get
Rolls.
that momentum back now.
No, because it was difficulty 3.
Yep.
So you need. So now you roll 7 challenge dice. Remember, it is resistance 2. Oh wow. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you don't even have to spend any momentum to get 5 work done. That is a breakthrough.
Nice.
So 5 work done, and you're a quarter of the way through the work track.
God bless you, vlog.
So you managed to repair the area of the computer that was the medical database that was damaged.
All right.
Get that patched up. Unfortunately, it's now functional, but a large amount of the data was lost.
Kind of figured.
So it's gonna have to be re-entered once you guys hook back up to the main. You can get the proper replacement data from like Starfleet or whatever, but right now it's blank. So now we're gonna go back up to the bridge / other people. So. Who wants to do something next?
Well, Ensign Corin got the assignment to investigate exactly what the hell happened to it.
Okay. What are you gonna look into, Corin?
So, are there still like remaining crew members in the computer core?
Yes, there are a couple who weren't hit by the blast.
Okay, can I bring free will with me?
Sure.
Alright, so I'm going to go down there and investigate and ask some of the crew what happened when the incident
First of all, my character would not know exactly what's going on. Are you gonna fill me in?
You kind
Or-
of do know what's going on if you've been on the bridge or something.
Yeah, so you are sufficiently filled in. Although I don't know if you do know the bomb went off.
Yeah, I know the bomb. I know
But you may
the
not be
name of the
sufficiently.
group. But
Yeah, you're essentially filled in then. There's nothing you don't. You know as much as the rest of us.
yeah, I would not know about the Romulan exactly.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like a couple of things are missing. I'm asking if she's gonna fill me in on the way to say like that.
Sure, I'll go ahead and fill you in on the way about the terrorist organization that we believe is on deck, and we're looking for someone who blew up the computer core.
Mm-hmm.
My character will be very excited.
Okay, so I assume you just go up to an officer who's still around. And yeah, they were around when the explosion went off. Unfortunately, the reason that they weren't injured is because, the explosion went off here. They were standing on the other side of the room. Like, here.
So I would want to start interviewing if anyone saw anything, if they saw any figures or masks or heard anything out of the ordinary.
Well, and he's speaking in this kind of thick southern drawl. Well, I didn't see anything, but I did hear something just before the explosion. Sounded like a transporter.
Interesting.
And
Can you tell me anything else?
well, I thought I had heard the sound maybe, I don't know, 3-4 minutes beforehand, but I thought I was hearing things, and I didn't pay it much mind. After all, I didn't hear nothing from any of my other people down here in the computer core, but then I heard the sound a few minutes later, and I was gonna get up and check, but then, well, any motions to the massive hole in the computer core that Vlok is currently patching up.
So you heard the sound twice, once right before the explosion as well?
Yes, twice.
Would it be possible to check the transporter logs on board?
Well, I suppose so. Those areas of the computer core weren't damaged at all.
Once the computer core is up and running.
Well, the computer core is up and running. The computer core is up and running. It's just there are a couple of areas of data that were damaged.
And one of those was the information in the computer core?
You can ask Vlok
Or
that.
in the transporter logs?
No. You can ask Vlok what was damaged, and he can tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, we received damage in the medical database as well as the communications. Transporter should be fine.
So we can access that information currently?
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you right now, no need for a roll or anything.
But you could, I mean, if you want to generate new
That's funny.
When I tried and then generated a computation.
Hang on.
I remember.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, I'll remember that. So I gotta send you something.
Alright. So it seems that there's no trace of anyone else beaming off of the ship. The last transport was the Vulcan captain we beamed off an hour ago or so. It seems that whoever is transporting on and off of our ship is doing it with their own device. So I'm not sure how useful the force fields between different, different areas of the ship are going to be.
Are you suggesting we drop the force field?
I'm suggesting we find an alternative security. I'm not sure what it is at this moment.
I could try to.
Or we should raise the shield.
Yeah, raising the shields will absolutely prevent anyone from beaming on.
Or
Weren't they able to do it when our shields were up though?
I was gonna say, I thought our shields were already up.
nope.
No, they were down. We were over in yellow.
Yep.
Yeah, we dropped shields to allow the Vulcan captain to beam over, and then recommended we keep them down in case of an emergency on that ship.
Hang on. Ensign Corin, How many men beamed aboard with the Vulcan?
Only the one, sir. There was the captain, but then there were 2 security officers with him.
GM, does she speak the truth?
Yes, she does. And there
True.
and the same number left.
And we escorted them personally from the transport room to my ready room.
Yep.
There shouldn't have been anything wrong with them. I had my suspicions from. Very well. Continue your search, Ensign Corn. Something might prove more fruitful, at least. Until then, we will raise shields.
Thank you, sir. If we raise shields, that means if there is someone on board the ship, they'll remain on it, correct?
That is correct.
No, they will stay on.
Lieutenant Salo,
Yes, sir.
could we by any chance, as Ensign Freewill suggested, trace the origin of that transmission that we got?
Yes, you could
I could try.
absolutely
I was just
try.
about to get going, searching the ship for tricobals.
We'll put that on hold, please. Search for the trace of the.
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a reason, or either reason or insight plus engineering, assisted by the ship's communications security, which is actually a fairly decent roll.
Can I use
What's the
momentum?
difficulty?
Yeah.
You don't think we have any momentum?
Yeah, we're out of momentum.
You could give me
Good.
threat.
You could give him threat.
GM will give you one threat for one momentum.
What's the difficulty?
Hee hee hoo 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 hoo. Difficulty 2.
Assisted by the ship, it comes down to 1 then?
No, because this is being assisted by the ship's communication security.
Oh.
This isn't a
Computer systems?
focus in computer systems. Yes, I will allow it.
I
I'm
will
not
roll.
gonna buy or give him threat. Just gonna roll.
Oh, you're not gonna
Okay,
give me
GM,
threat.
Take away the threat then.
Okay, gotta hope that the computer. Nope, ship does not get it. You know, I'm gonna make this succeed at cost, and I'm gonna give myself 2 threat.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you the answer. You're not gonna like it.
Oh.
Coming from Commander Veloc's cell phone.
You be quiet now.
No, indeed, the transmission was coming from inside our ship.
Can you pinpoint where?
Yeah?
I'm gonna say because you don't have any momentum to give it to me. No.
Can you run additional scans to pinpoint where?
I will, you know, I will spend that 2 threat and create the complication. The answer is a hard no. Because,
Thanks, GM.
well, hey, that portion of the ship's computer banks was totaled.
Sure.
At least we know the threat is on the ship. It can be
And now
found.
they're trapped on the ship now too.
Well, as far as you
But
know.
their death is also imminent if they continue to commit terrorist acts.
Lieutenant Silo, you said you saw an unfamiliar Vulcan wearing a science uniform. Is that correct?
Indeed, he was not one of my officers.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. GM, what is the biggest space on the ship?
The biggest space on the ship? Probably the
Like,
shuttle
where
bay.
do we? The shuttle bay. Okay.
Or one of the... probably the shuttle bay.
Computer, transmit a message to the entire ship. I want all lower-ranking officers, which means everything below, everything ensign and below, to get to the shuttle bay and line up real nice for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and while every.
Quorum as well.
This will include Corin as well.
Mm-hmm. So,
Is it smart to collect so many people in one space in one area?
We shall see, won't we?
mhm. So, the.
At the same time, when we are going there, I would suggest Corin that we should put somebody to the work core to protect it, just because it's the thing is that could blow our ship instantly.
Well, okay, Ensign Corin, you still have authority over security matters, but I am calling for a general meet of all ensign and low officers to, report it.
Mhm.
But you still have authority over security
What
stuff.
you're trying to do to move everyone to one area so that we can like search the ship perhaps, but I think like with explosives already being detonated on our ship, it wouldn't be wise to collect so many people in one area.
Oh, I don't plan to search. I actually didn't plan to search the ship while everybody was in one. I wanted to interrogate everyone personally, and maybe deliver a heartfelt, motivating speech.
Maybe it would be smart to locate any other possible areas where bombs may be on the ship.
And yes,
the crew is confined to quarters if you did want to interrogate them. So they're all-
well, okay, let's do it like this, okay? All like these minor officers and crew will report to the shuttle bay and line up, except for a number of security officers Ensign Corin deems appropriate to guard the location.
Mm-hmm.
The shuttle bay.
if you're at D4, we're at D4.
All right.
Well,
So,
well, I'll just go.
at this time, I'd like to quickly go back up to Commander Valak.
By all means.
Okay.
And so you're going to make your next roll. It's going to be another control engineering check, difficulty 2 this time.
And complication range changing or no?
You know, now that you say it, I'm going to spend a threat and increase the complication range by 1. You're welcome.
Okay.
So complication range 2.
It was a different role. It wasn't the task thingy.
I love my job.
Don't you have caution?
He didn't spend any momentum. I'm just gonna take that as
Yeah,
threat.
we have no momentum. So.
So that is a failed check. So back, you might want to. You can try it again. Maybe bring one of your NPCs in.
Oh yes, maybe Ensign Biss will assist.
Suppose so, yeah.
What is the role? Control engineering.
Yep.
Does Ensign Biss's focus in computers?
Yeah. Totally allow it.
And complication range 2.
No, not this time.
For just one.
Mm-hmm.
Ensign Biss sucks.
It was control engineering.
Oh.
It doesn't matter because it was a 19. So you did succeed. So roll your 7 challenge dice. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's
another big.
nope. It because it has a resistance of 2. That's 3 work. So you're at 8.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
Working along this, I brought him for the computer expertise. He's failed miserably.
yep. So now back to the others.
Okay, so Ensign Corin, it's up to you actually whether you want to come to the shuttle bay or not. You can take. I'm giving you complete autonomy over security matters, but I still am going to do what I'm going to do. But you don't need to report along with people that you choose fit.
I would just like to secure the area in which you wish to hold the lower ranking officers.
You may do so.
Okay. So you're gonna just secure the shuttle bay?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
would it be possible for me to secure it to make sure that there are not traces of the
Cobalt? Okay.
cobalt?
Insight security difficulty 0.
we'll generate that momentum I need. And some coin. Yeah.
Oh, life is good.
What about these two guys that I have in the sick bay? I don't know what their ranks are.
I have mission security also.
Gonna take that threat. Thank you very much.
Of course you do.
So, you don't fail at the task because it was difficulty 0. You just don't create any momentum. The shuttle bay is clean.
Fantastic.
Okay. Ensign Corn, before everybody arrives, take the Klingon security officer. I want you to search science crew quarters. Use your override codes to get in. Try not to make too much of a mess.
Alright, sir.
Mhm. So, are you gonna go searching for this desperate intruder?
Yes, and I'm going to have everyone, security personnel. I don't want to say everyone, but a good number of security personnel posted in the area.
Okay. So, this is going to be an opposed check. This is going to be your insight security versus, I'm gonna say, control security. And, I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh, okay.
And
Good try.
and I am going to spend 2 threat. One to increase the difficulty for you because of a special talent of this character, and 1 to give this character another die.
Okay. Ensign Corn, do you have any talents which apply to your role?
I do have interrogation.
That's not gonna work.
Untapped potential.
That you have to succeed at a task in order to use untapped potential. So we'll see how you do.
What am I trying to do?
You're trying to track down this intruder.
Can I assist?
You will be in the shuttle bay with me, being interrogated.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was looking in the shuttle bay, helping from there.
So you actually.
I'm gonna be with all the guys.
So this is for you. This is actually a difficulty 2 check, because he increased the difficulty for you. This is only a difficulty 1 for this character. Control insight security for you.
For Corin?
Yep.
Difficulty level?
It's your task roll. It's 2 because you can't.
Task roll should be 2. Yeah, your task roll should be 2, and your difficulty level is also. Your complication range is just 1.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any focuses?
We already went.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's the second one, yeah. So she got.
Mm-hmm. So I'm actually gonna come back to what you find with this. I want to go back to Commander Valak.
Okay.
Okay. I want to have you make your next roll. Control engineering difficulty 2. Feel free to give me threat.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Yee. GG, you get a momentum.
Yes, boy.
So roll your 7 challenge dice.
Oh, Ensign Free Will, can you discard that momentum that you have in your inventory by...
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how I did it because I know.
So, okay, so click on it. You
I-
just drag and drop the...
I took care of it. I'm taking care of it.
Oh,
And Velok rolled 3 effect dice. Holy shit, Jesus Christ. That's like, yeah, so...
Uh,
one work done.
You could spend a momentum to re-roll the ones you didn't get.
Velok,
Yeah.
up to you.
Or you re-roll 4. You re-roll 4.
Alright. Just as soon as we got him, just as soon as we lost him.
Mm-hmm. Well, this might reduce the difficulty. Okay.
My god!
Nope, that's not enough. That's another, that's 4 work done, so you're at 12.
Not a breakthrough?
It is not. This is a work track of 20. So, Velok, make your roll again. Difficulty 2. Free Will, can you let me take the card from you?
So, he will ask you to steal it or something like that, just say yes.
what card?
Something should have popped up for you, like, that asks if I can do something.
I'm on the phone, so I don't know where it should be. Hold on, let me see. No, it didn't show anything.
Okay.
Screw it for now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I removed that token because I.
There we go. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say... Like, I'm trying to keep you moving, but at the same time, you're just
Yeah.
not rolling well enough.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Ensign Biss.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot to assist.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
let Ensign Biss assist.
My bad.
Control engineering.
Get ready for this sick roll.
There you go. Yep, roll your
You
challenge
got
dice.
it.
Ensign Biss saves the day. Roll them challenge dice.
That's 4, so that's 2 more.
Slowly chug it along.
Yep. So that's let me see. Why are sound effects happening? Sound effects should not be happening.
Voyager, Warp Core.
Is it not?
Did we just jump to Warp?
No.
Commander?
No. That was weird. That was weird how that ended. Okay, anyhow. So at this point, I am gonna jump down back to the commander.
Okay, so paint me the picture of the scene. What is
You-
going on? Also, put us in the shuttle bay if you will.
Oh, yes.
Immersed.
Of course. Of course. Where's my shuttle bay? There it is. It's right next door.
This is where all the years of acting school pay off. Yeah.
Okay, so that shuttle is not there right now. It's in storage. And
Instead,
you
we
are
got men lined.
yeah, and you are standing before a group of probably 60 men. Lines of 3 lines of 15. 4 lines of 15.
How many of them are wearing science uniforms?
I'd say a good quarter of them.
All right. Okay, you're probably wondering why I called you here, and this suddenly as well. I won't lie to you, we have intruders aboard our ship. Sleeper agents, Romulan terrorists. And you're here because you're all under suspicion of being just very... Now I'm gonna begin this with one thing. Are there any Betazoid among you?
I'll say right now, no, there are none.
Are not. Very well. We'll have to just deal without this for now. Lieutenant Silo, approach, please.
I'm on the bridge.
No, you are down with me. I am not letting you stay there. You need to come with me.
You said ensign and below before, so you didn't say.
Well, okay, I need your help on this one, so bail me out here.
Okay.
Who's on the bridge, by the way, if anyone?
None of us, actually.
Yeah, none of us.
Yeah, I thought that's why Silo was staying up there.
Okay, actually, you know what, Silo, you can stay up. Right, as I was saying, I brought you all here because you are all under suspicion of Romulan terrorists. I know this may sound ridiculous, but after the explosion in our computer core, I'm just not willing to let it slide anymore. So, we will begin from the basics. Everybody, empty your pockets.
I didn't know Starfleet uniforms had pockets.
They do, yeah. And hand over all your tricorders.
Yeah. All of them are very confused as to why you're giving them this order, but they do it.
I'll order one of the security officers to scan to examine their tricorders, and if they note down anything suspicious, they should tell me. Otherwise, I'm making an ass of myself.
Well, I'll let you know right now, you appear to be making an ass of yourself.
It's quite alright, okay. Who here was in the computer core when it blew up or before it blew up?
Hang on. Hang on a moment. I'm sorry, what did you ask?
Who here was in the computer core when it blew up or before it blew up?
An officer wearing operations yellow stands forward, and he says in the southern drawl, I was in the computer core when it exploded, but I've already been interviewed by Ensign Corin and the other two officers who were down there. They're still in sick bay.
Lieutenant Wag, those officers you have in sickbay, are they okay?
I don't know. They're okay, right? I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Wow.
it's just...
They were okay last time.
Yeah, they're still okay. You just have them under heavy sedation. Because...
They're still sedated, why?
Just asking. Then. Very well. Are there any Romulans, Vulcans in this group of people that I have in front of me?
Yeah, there are probably a couple.
Jesus, what do I do with them? I'm stumped now, holy...
Do I have any up in the sick bay, or is one of them...
Well, nothing has been found on their tricorders, so... I'll ask the Vulcans, what kind of uniforms are they wearing? Are they engineering, science officers, what are they?
There are a couple wearing there are two wearing Operations Yellow, and there is one wearing, Command Red. He's probably like a pilot of some kind.
Any of you know anything about Tri-Cobalt?
Tri-cobalt? You mean
That's right.
as in a tri-cobalt explosive?
That's the one.
Well, the one in the operations uniform steps forward. My area of expertise is in demolition, so I am familiar with tri-cobalt devices. But, I haven't used one recently, if that's what you're asking.
I have a question. Since I'm like doing all those crazy stuff with rumors and everything, I should know like most of the people on the ship. Does anyone look like I don't know him? or I never saw him around.
Hang on.
And that is, I'm saying that because I have this value that is aware, always aware of your surroundings.
Well, Gia,
Hmm?
is there anybody he doesn't recognize?
No. You remember these. You remember each and every one of these officers. They've. Didn't you guys have to go in for some repairs or something? No, you didn't.
It's in the render station after the.
Okay, then yeah.
I wrote it in the captain's log. We had to go to the render station after we suffered damages after the wedding.
Okay, but other than that, any new officers taken on since then, none of these people, they've been with you guys for a while.
Okay, so this Vulcan officer that told me about the bomb, I'd like to ask him, do you know if these bombs can be made on the fly? As in, do they require anything special to make, or can you just manufacture them on the go?
Well, it depends on how big a bomb you're talking about, but, well, if I had to guess, it
The
would,
bomb which blew up our computer core, what kind of size bomb would you say that was?
well, I don't know the size of the explosion.
Right. Okay, but say you wanted to create a large bomb, would you need materials? Would you need to replicate them? What would you need to do?
Oh, absolutely. The construction of a tri-cobalt device is no easy task. You would need to have it prepared in advance.
Lieutenant Freewill. Sorry, no, Ensign Freewill. Check
Yes, sir.
check the records of the replicator. See if there was anything made with this tri-cobalt in the last couple of days. And I'll turn back to the Vulcan. We do have tri-cobalt on board, don't we?
And I would say that I need to check that from engineering. And
you
I
may
would
go,
ask
you
if
may
I
go
could
into
there.
you may go into engineering.
Okay, and I'll go to engineering trying to do that.
Okay.
As
And
for
I know
the
I can do it from a station there, but I want to go to engineering.
as for the Vulcan office, as you respond to my question, do we actually have tri-cobalt on board as part of our stores?
Certainly not. It can be synthesized, but we don't carry any in our normal stocks. Tricobalt isn't necessarily the most efficient of explosives, and as such, it's only used in special special circumstances.
Like terrorists. I heard enough. Security, give them back their tricorders, their weapons, and everything else they may have left. You may return to your posts.
And they all salute, and I assume begin filing out in an orderly fashion.
In a most orderly fashion.
Mm-hmm. So,
I will return to the bridge with the plans.
all right. So back to Valak.
Do I find?
Hang on. We're going.
Okay, I'll do it after that. No, I'll do after that because it will take some time to get to engineering.
Okay. Give me a roll, Valak, and
some bits along with it.
mm-hmm.
The same one, control engineering, correct?
Correct. Nice.
We generate a momentum.
Yes, you do. Roll your 7 challenge dice. You're at 12 on the work track. 2, 4, 6. You could spend that momentum to bring you up to 7, and you get another breakthrough. Or, actually, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Because it's resistance 2, you could spend a momentum to bring down the resistance.
Valak?
Yeah, let's do that.
2, 4,
Alright.
2, 4, 6. You get 6 work done on the track. You get a breakthrough. Difficulty goes down by 1. So this is now difficulty 1. You have 18 work done on the track. And so it's going to be only one more task. And with this, I am going to go back up to Corin. You search these science labs and don't find anything. However, in looking through a computer terminal, you actually manage to find something interesting. There is somebody attempting to access the communications network from the communications system itself.
I would want to notify Captain Jacoby.
That was the thing that I want to do from engineering, for fuck's sake.
No, you went to engineering to check if anything has been replicated in the
Yes,
past couple.
and that is why I want to go to engineering, because that's the place where I can do that thing as well.
Yep, there you go.
Understand? I wanted to check the computers without anyone knowing, and since all of them were like suspicious, to say like that.
I'm sorry. Are you the traitor we're searching?
No, but
But I want to check that there without all those 60 people that one of them might be the one, knowing that I'm gonna check that.
Do that just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if she already find out, I mean, yeah, okay.
circumstances of your finding out will be different, however.
Mm-hmm. So,
Okay.
okay, so what are you gonna do, Corin?
I'm going to notify Jacoby over the tricorder.
You mean the communicator?
Yeah.
Let me do it for you.
Someone's trying to access the communication systems in the computer and engineering. I suggest we send security there immediately.
Send a security task force over there immediately. I will be down there as quick as.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to head there myself as well.
All right. So, I'll give this to you right now. You walk in the door. Are you gonna go in to the communications room, or are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm definitely going to approach it cautiously, knowing that there might be like people in there, somebody, with my phaser out. But yeah, I'm going to like enter into the room.
Mm-hmm. You open the door and you see hunched over the terminal what appears to be a figure dressed in this. I don't want to say it's not tribal. It's because it's definitely functional. It's like definitely functional Romulan clothing, but it's a little bit more colorful than the drab blacks. There's some red in there, and he turns to you to look at you, and he is wearing this red mask. It looks exactly like the image that you guys saw on the view screen earlier. The crazy pointed ears that are just overblown to the point of almost comically large, and they sort of go back. And the most garish thing about the whole thing is just, again, the twisted smile on its face. It pulls out a Romulan disruptor.
Is that I would want to try to stun him with my phaser.
Okay. I am gonna.
Can I walk at the same time when this is happening?
Mm-hmm. So, take a shot. Control security, difficulty 2. Only this one, I'm gonna do this one. No. This one. So control security, difficulty 2.
Do we have any momentum?
No, we
None
don't.
whatsoever.
No.
Okay.
Do you have any focuses which apply?
I have a focus in phasers.
Yes, that counts.
So yeah, just when you're rolling, click on the focus, but yes, focus.
Oh, and I don't have a thing for the communications room, so I'm just gonna plop us in the computer core for now. Nope, your shot goes way wide.
Can I follow with the shot as well?
Uh,
Are we there? That's the first question. Like,
I mean,
The-
I was there because I went there. That's the question. Because
rest
I
of the
asked him if I
security
can.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
So now the guy is going to take a shot at you.
first it's his turn.
Yep. Security difficulty 2, no focuses. The disruptor shot, hang on, do I have it? Do. I'm sure I've got it. Oh, because I have a whole thing of weapon sound effects, that's right. Weapons. Here we go. The shot goes wide and scorches the bulkhead next to you. Now, it can either go to free will or it can go to Volok.
Lock as well. God damn.
Well, where exactly are they here now?
They are in a completely different part of the ship, but it depends on what you want to do, because you're doing something relevant here. Or the captain can come down, or free will can go. It's up to you who wants to go next.
Yeah, I know. Well, the captain and Free Will were actually in that part of the ship. As far as I know, I don't know about this intruder.
Mm-hmm. You
I
don't.
mean, does he hear the phaser shot?
No, he doesn't. He's in a different part of the ship. But actually,
Can
no.
I go?
I think right now I do want Volok to go.
You
Oh,
do?
Yes, I do.
You do.
I do want Volok to go.
Curious, but I am intrigued. But please go on.
Okay. You're gonna make your control engineering check difficulty 1, and you have your assist.
Ensign brace, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a success. Okay, so no momentum, but roll your 7 challenge dice.
Ugh.
Okay, that is a breakthrough. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So now it is back to you guys.
So this time, Ensign Free Will can take the shot.
Mm-hmm. Control engineering, not control engineering, control security, difficulty 2.
Okay, hold on. I think I have a focus in phasers.
Okay, great.
And phasers, yes. Okay, so how I'm gonna do that? This.
Control security.
Okay. So control security.
Mm-hmm. You roll 2 dice.
And remember
2
your
dices. Focus.
Focus, yes.
Okay, and I think I rolled right.
Haven't rolled anything yet.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Oh, come on, hold on. I'll go to the fucking computer.
Hmm.
The
The
phone.
troubles of playing Roll20 on your phone.
Okay, this is my character sheet. And 2 dice. Focus. Control security. There you go. Here it is.
You were supposed to roll 2 dice.
You just roll one more. Unless you get a 2, it's probably gonna go wide.
Okay, so what did I roll?
You did not hit. The shot goes wide. Now it's you, Commander.
This
Oh,
wasn't a task successfully, right?
Yeah, no, it was a difficulty 2, so you only got 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna burst in there. I'm hoping the security team's behind me. If they're not, I'm gonna burst in there alone. Phaser out, set the stun, and I'm gonna shoot at the guy as well because I see something's wrong.
Mm-hmm. Control security, difficulty 2. Nice. You bank a momentum.
This is how you do it, fella. Now I roll phaser damage.
Uh-huh. I am going to spend a threat to ignore the injury.
Can I spend a momentum to ignore your ignore?
No, you can't.
Are you absolutely sure about that?
Actually, I think I might have to spend 2 threat to do that, so...
Yeah, you could have spent 2 momentum to make an advantage.
Okay.
No. It's... I can spend... this is something that I can do. I can spend threat to allow characters to ignore injuries. I'm not supposed to do it for a minor NPC like this, but there are special circumstances.
But I cannot negate your negation.
No, you can't.
No.
So, well, here's what happens. The shot hits him, and he stumbles back, and he braces himself against the communications console.
Can I get a free action? Say something?
Yeah, he can say something.
Hands in the air, dirtbag.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
That
Okay.
would go very nice around the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll something to intimidate him?
No.
Dang it.
So, Okay, so here's what I want to have happen now, because this first round of combat is over. Valak, make 1 more roll. Difficulty 1.
Along with Ensign Biss, or...
Mm-hmm. Oh.
No,
Okay.
you got it.
No, you didn't, because
Wait, can we use the momentum to negate this complication?
you have to have 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 2 threat.
Of course.
Oh boy.
But
And
can it
actually-
can it be a success at a cost?
Yes, I'm gonna make this success at cost. I'm gonna take 2 threat for the actual complication you rolled, and I have another complication that I have stored up. Mm-hmm.
Our computer's gonna be so janked, it's ridiculous.
Okay, roll your stuff. Beautiful. That is everything you need. The computer system comes humming back to life. Meanwhile, up in the communications room, the guy with the mask looks at all of you. He looks at the terminal, and a little blue light turns on, and he just starts to laugh. And I use the complication that I have created. He presses otherwise, he'd have to do a task for this, but he doesn't because of the complication.
Do we not get an attack of opportunity?
When the round goes back around, it switches to him.
Okay.
But once he went, you guys would have all been able to gang up on him in a row. So, here's what I'm doing. He presses a button on the terminal, and all of a sudden, the lights around you go red. And I am the sound of combat just sort of stops short as as just this eerie laugh just rings out throughout the room that you're in. When up on the bridge, who's up on the bridge right now?
Silo.
Okay. The view screen turns on. You did not turn it on. The mask comes back. The face comes back with the red background. And you hear these words, but the rest of the ship also hears this.
From chaos comes control. You'll all take our vow. Can't you see it, Starfleet? You're our puppet now.
And all of a sudden, the ship starts to move. Weapons are hot.
Oh boy.
Jesus, goddamn Christ. Okay, the combat's over, is it? Or is it?
No, the Romulan is still there. And he's just laughing.
Ensign Corin, shoot this bastard.
Betcha. Do we have any?
We do have one momentum at the moment.
Or actually, can we all shoot him together at the same time and break like a couple of his...
One of you can assist. One of you can
I
assist
would
the
like
other.
to assist with her roll, please.
Okay, so, yeah. Control security, difficulty 2, assisted by the captain.
You just need to get one success, and then we're gonna break this bastard. Oh, we generate a momentum.
Yes, you do.
And we both roll phaser damage.
No, only Corin does.
Alright, go ahead.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, the figure goes sprawling to the floor.
Want to
Can I
apprehend it?
jump? Oh, okay.
Ensign Corin, you don't mind if I just do something before you apprehend?
You are my commanding officer.
Okay, I'd like to put my boot to this guy's face.
Oh, are you gonna crush the mask?
Just for good measure, yes, I'd like
Good.
to crush his face and his
What
mouth.
is his face?
The mask comes cracking off, and you see the unmistakable face of a Romulan underneath.
Can I break his nose just for good measure?
I'm gonna say no. Just because
Not
of
very Starfleet.
well, that and the amount of stuff you're doing.
Right, okay.
Removing his mask is like the action you're getting.
I wanted to remove his mask with my boot, though, so,
So now,
I would like to jump.
well, hang on,
to the
it's
computer.
not your turn yet. Going back up to the bridge, the view screen returns to normal as you see the keep forgetting the name of the other ship, the Tosek outside your viewport. When all of a sudden, where is it? Oh, for fuck's sake. God, I know it's here. Christ, I know it's here. I just have...
Finally, we get awarded some momentum.
Oh, here it is. Nope, when all of a sudden... two small vessels decloak.
Tyler was right again. That
And they charge their weapons, and they fire upon the Vulcan vessel. This is control security. The difficulty of this, I think, goes up, though, because... yeah, because they're firing from medium range. So, you got that going for you. It's difficulty 3. But I am going to spend a momentum to give him another die. Nope. And then, control security, task roll 3, no focus. Oh, god damn it. Why do I keep doing this? So that's 2 successes. Just barely 2 successes. And then their vessel has to roll 1 in order to get this. Weapons security. Come on. Oh. I was actually doing that wrong, so ignore that roll there. Ignore that. I did that wrong. This is the actual roll I'm supposed to make. Whoops. They fire their disruptor cannons, but the shot goes wide. Now it's back to you guys.
Computer, respond. Give it a second.
Give
the computer
it-
respond? Of course it isn't. Well, what
I
did you
would
want
like to jump. I would like to
Oh,
jump
but this is
to
going
the
on.
thing and trying to fix it. Trying to take control back of.
Yeah, can we all huddle around this, the console that's in there where the blue light was coming from, see what actually went...
You're trying to figure out what's going on?
Well, yes, and some...
Tried it on his end as well.
Okay.
And some
Yeah,
Who's gonna make the
be working down engineering.
who's gonna make the roll?
and some free will is going to be making the roll, and I will be assisting.
No, because you've already assisted in something.
Gosh darn it. Oh, he's gonna be making the roll on his own then.
Okay. In insight engineering difficulty 2.
You can use the
Insight
momentum.
engineering, and I will use one momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Does computer focus apply?
I'll say so, yes.
Good, and then I will use my value, work well under pressure, and have directly a crit.
Mm-hmm. No, so you can't buy the momentum die then, because that would cost 2.
We have 2 though, so
Why?
if you like, you can.
Oh, you do? Well, you'd have to spend all your
No.
momentum to do it.
Either
Okay, then I will-
use your value or use the momentum. Pick one.
I'll use my value.
Okay. So you're automatically going to succeed. Anything else you get is just bonus.
Okay, and what's the difficulty?
Difficulty 2. So well, it's normal task roll of 2. Okay, no, you're supposed to roll 2 dice.
Yeah, so yeah.
Sorry, I'm doing it on the fucking phone and it works like shit.
Roll another one. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Okay. We just generate another momentum. Correct?
Alrighty. So
Okay, and hold on. I want to use my untapped potential to get some momentum
yes, you can do that.
because it's a successful task.
Mm-hmm.
How much do we get?
Roll a challenge die.
Only one, was it? Right?
Only one, and remember to hit enter before you click the button.
Well, he's on his
Yes.
phone, so he doesn't have enter button.
No, I'll do it on the computer just to make sure.
Oh, there. You get a momentum, but I also get a threat.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 2
So
momentum.
so yeah, give me a moment. I'm gonna give you the information. Hang on.
So, guys, while the GM is typing, I'm taking ideas as to how to wrest our ship back into our hands.
There you go. There's the information.
Looking at the map.
I don't know how much I'm able to do on this.
Okay, so while I will work at on the console, I would say that somebody put a virus on the computer, and
Virus?
yeah, that would give control to our ship to somebody else.
Can we
While I was
trace? Can we trace what ship it's giving it the control to?
can we do that, Joe?
Is that a question for a momentum?
Yes, I will say that you can spend a momentum to ask that question.
I'll gladly give this momentum away.
It appears that the signal is being sent to a small vessel, maybe about a little over the size of a Danube class runabout, about 400 meters off the port bow.
What? Was that cloaked by
Can
any
I,
chance? Was that
can
the
I
ship?
cut the cons?
What?
I thought Silo told you that.
I don't think he did.
It was my intent to inform you that two ships had
Mhm.
outdone
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were attacking the Vulcan vessel.
Okay, but this ship, this runabout, this Danube-sized runabout, GM, was that one of the ships that decloaked to
Yes.
us?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Can I cut off the communications?
No, it would appear that somehow you can't cut off the communication from here. No, it would appear that whoever has done this has done their damn homework.
Can I
Do we
take
have
control of the ship?
Hmm?
Do we have absolutely no control over the ship whatsoever?
Not at the very moment. Again, you can try to get control back over the ship, but not from where you are right now.
How about myself and computers?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
So,
hang on. What if I give my authorization code to the computer?
I don't think you should do that at the moment.
That's actually a sensible idea.
Do we have any shuttles aboard?
One, it's in storage.
well, no, you have more shuttles than that, but you could have 3 shuttles operating at a given time. But so hang on. So you've made your turn now. So it's going back to them, because we are in combat. So here's the interesting thing. So they are going to make this roll. They are going to make the Starship Crew Task Roll 2. Okay. And oh boy, where is it? This is what is going to assist them.
Okay, could I spend a momentum to create a complication?
You have to spend 2.
I will spend 2 momentum to create a complication. If everybody's okay with that.
They are still gonna make this. They're still gonna make this roll, just so you know.
With a complication.
Yeah, because a complication can really only increase the difficulty for them, which would increase it to 3, which they just got.
Okay, can I take back my...
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you can. So I'm gonna gain a threat. And then, hang on, gotta roll the... Oh, wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Remember I told the Vulcan ship to raise their shield? I
Okay.
hope they did it.
Yes, they did. So... And, well, they had shields. Had being the operative word. And let's see what we got. Breached their structure. breached their engines.
Back to us?
Yes. How?
Okay. Gentlemen, desperate times. Commander Vlog,
Aye, sir.
pull the plug on the ship. Turn off everything except life support. I want this place dark. Everything.
While
Tear
you're
out the
saying
cables. Tear out the
While you're
cables
saying-
if you need to. Everything.
While you're saying that, I would tell you that, Captain, we only need to get the communications down, and then we have full control of the ship. Because the
Negative,
virus...
negative, Ensign. Negative.
Okay.
Tear everything, Vlog. Tear it all.
So you're gonna try and shut off the computer?
Completely shut off the computer. Everything but life support.
Okay.
That is, if you agree. You are my first officer.
How much of the situation do I know so far as...
I'd say that given everything, yeah, you've been able to assume that someone has gained control of the ship's computer.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try and cut off their control.
All right. This is going to be an opposed check. And I am going to spend 1 threat to give my guys another die. Actually, no, I'm going to spend 3 threat to give them 2 die.
We're gonna spend. Oh, sorry. 2 momentum.
Actually,
That we have.
how about on to the next miracle?
Anything else? I might
Better
allow
with
it.
Better with machines than people.
Ooh, yes, because you are working against people here. Yeah, I will allow this.
Okay. So, yeah, getting an automatic crit there helps. And then, can I spend the 2 remaining momentum for another die as well?
You spend, yes. Yes, you can.
Alright, go ahead.
This is going to be their...
Which one do we count? The first one or the second?
Okay, so that's 3 successes. Oh, although I think you have cautious engineering, so you can re-roll 1.
Yes.
Yep.
Roll 1.
Oh, I don't know why that was. Oh, I'm sorry. The crew is actually supposed to roll. Oof.
Dang it.
Oof, man. Just oof.
Dang it.
Oh, boy.
You still got more successes than them. I'm just gonna take the threat
Okay.
Okay.
to keep myself flush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we generate any momentum from this, or?
I say no because you got just over what you needed.
Okay.
You just barely beat them. Okay, good news is you forced them out of your computer core. It was not easy, but you are managing to keep them at bay. They are still trying to regain control, but right now you are keeping them at bay. Unfortunately, you can't do anything that you do with the ship is going to be entirely manual at this point, meaning you're gonna have to do any firing by hand, which is going to increase the difficulty of pretty much any task by 2.
Boy.
Tons of momentum from you guys.
Ensign Free Will, Ensign Corn, return to the bridge with me at once.
I'm on my way and I start running.
Well,
Let's
only
go.
okay, yeah. So you all managed to move back up to the bridge.
Okay.
What am I
So-
supposed to do with the apprehended?
We can say that the security team you brought with you has secured the target.
Yeah. Back to the bridge for us, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant Silo, report.
I've regained controls and I'm going to attempt to fire on the Romulan.
Let Ensign Corrin fire on the Romulan ship. She has to do it by hand. Commander Verloc has managed to regain control of some of the computer systems. However, the enemy is still trying to breach into our computer system. We have but a limited time frame to eliminate these enemies before we fall to them again.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, Ensign Free will engage full impulse, head towards the nearest runabout. Ensign, fire up the phasers. At
Which,
your discretion.
which one are you doing first?
I would suggest when you say that, I would suggest that I should put our ship between the ships.
Oh yes.
To maneuver between the ships. So if they fire, they would hit us instead of Vulcan, since we see that the Vulcans don't have shields.
Okay. This is gonna.
Silo. Can you also make a roll to weakness roll with your sensors, perhaps, so we can get extra damage if we do hit? Or maybe you can
That's
do
a whole
some.
turn, so I don't know if that's
So the question is, like, here's the thing: you're all talking about doing this stuff at the same time. One of you is gonna have to go.
Okay, let me ask this first. Can we use our sensors to in any way enhance the way that Ensign Corrin will take the shot, as in giving her a reduced
Yes.
difficulty or an extra dice?
Silo stands for weakness, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that would take away our turn. So basically, we have one turn. Either way, we maneuver the ship. Either way, we increase our damage for the next turn. Either way, we just shoot at them.
I would rather that we reduce the amount of dice that we, the difficulty that we have to roll for the next, with Lieutenant Salo's help. If that's possible, GM.
Sure. So for Silo, this is gonna be a hang on. Ah, shoot, what is it again? What is the scan for weakness?
Probably something with sensors and
No,
science.
it definitely is. It's just I'm remembering what it is. So the difficulty's fortunately going to go down by 1, but it's still not going to be a super easy check.
Control science, difficulty 1, assisted by ship sensors and security.
Okay, so it's difficulty 2.
Assisted by ships,
Don't-
sensors, and security.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we get one difficulty down? because
That's
we
me
are
accounting.
connected?
That's me account. No, it's if you're successful, you generate a bonus momentum.
Advanced
I think my
sensors?
value thorough and analytical to use my determination.
All right.
Auto succeed.
Okay, well you still have to roll.
Roll 2 or roll 1?
Roll 2.
The ship already got 1.
So that's 5 successes out of a required 2. You gain 3 momentum.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Okay, so the difficulty to hit them goes down by 1, and if you want, you can spend a momentum to retain the initiative.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Well, it's still gonna be our turn, correct?
Yep, so who do you want to go next?
Ensign Corrin, fire at will.
Do we know which of the ships is one that is responsible for its control of
No, you
Negative,
don't.
Ensign. Pick one.
the one that's closer to us then?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Oh,
so
oh,
what
Our
is
weapons are very good at medium range, right?
Yeah, which is what you're at. So this
Wow,
is this is a difficulty 3.
what does she have to roll?
Control security assisted by the ship's weapon security. Yeah, weapon security.
Question, how do I remove the breach from the weapons in the ship? Because the breach is still there and I can't...
Huh?
There's still a breach in the character sheet of the ship and I can't seem to remove... Oh,
Oh,
never mind, got it.
I was
Never
gonna
mind,
say.
got it. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say that as long as you're not doing anything... Actually, wait, no, the ship shouldn't be able to assist you. So, first off, you shouldn't... I am mistaken. So...
Can I use one of my focuses? I have phasers and combat tactics.
Yeah, phasers and... that works. So, the ship shouldn't be assisting you, actually. Because, again, you're... I forgot. You're having to do this all manually.
Said it's
I'll let it go for Silo, but I'm gonna. So you have to make a difficulty.
You can also use the momentum if you so wish.
You said it's difficulty 2.
Yep.
Do you want to
Isn't
use
it
the
like
momentum
2 because we did that thing?
because of the scan, GM?
Yeah, what is my sensor scan? How does that help it?
Ooh, nice. Okay, so you get a momentum, but also generate a complication.
Can we use
Yeah.
the momentum to
hang.
negate that?
You need 2 momentum.
I'm willing to let that go.
Okay, fine. So you negate the complication.
Is everybody else okay with this?
I want to know what my sensor scan did and if that was already.
Yeah, that's what.
Your sensor scan made it easier for her to hit.
So what? It would have been a
Yeah,
difficulty
because of
4, no?
Yes.
2? Oh.
Yeah.
The-
Okay. So if we have to do everything manually, the difficulty goes up by 2, and we just reduced it by 1, so now it's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So is everybody okay with me, or do you want me to let this complication slide?
To be how much momentum would it leave us with?
None.
0.
None.
I think we should save our momentum because we need more attacks.
Okay. So I'll let this complication slide, GM.
And
Okay.
then,
Hang
then
on.
I think she can use.
Hold
our,
on. Hold on, Free Will. First we want the ship to roll.
Okay. What do I roll for the?
I assume you're using the phasers.
Yeah, you gotta
Those are alright.
roll the damn.
I also have cautious security.
Yeah, cautious security.
Oh yeah, you can re-roll that 0.
Yeah, that works so much.
Oh
There we
damn.
go. So we generate a
Nice.
momentum, additional momentum.
Okay, great. Because I'm gonna tell you now, if that complication stood, they were gonna regain control of the ship.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So,
Can I use the momentum to re-roll
For-
that 1 dice?
Free Will, just please wait.
This is me, the captain. Can I
oh,
use that
I thought that was Free Will.
momentum to re-roll that 1 damage?
Because what, you roll 4?
I rolled 3 dice, but
Oh, well then if the ship rolls 3 dice, that's like the most you were gonna get. You do have versatile 2, which means you can buy one piercing and 1 bonus damage. So you could actually grand total deal 1, 2, 3, that's 4. So you could deal 4 damage.
but piercing.
Well, yes, but these are. I'm sorry, that's not. It's only scale 2, so you could deal 5.
Okay, so I'll spend the momentum to deal those 5. To let Ensign Corn deal those 5 damage.
Okay. You hit one of the. And it takes a breach to. Sensors.
And at the same time, doesn't Corin has like on top potential as well? Can
I
she
do.
generate momentum?
Roll a challenge dice then.
Mm-hmm.
Just 1 challenge dice.
Nothing. Okay.
Bah.
So the ship that you just fired on is going to turn in your direction and try to fire at you. I'm going to spend a threat to give it a bonus d20. And it is at... Actually, no, here's how I'm going to do it. They are going to fly into close range. That is one of their turns. I'm then going to spend another threat to move it close, to give it another turn on the initiative, and it's going to fire at you at close range. So it's difficulty 2. It's going to hit.
And my
Why are you
evasive
rolling?
momentum-
Why are you rolling the Hadfield?
Oh, I'm sorry. It shouldn't be the Hadfield. Ignore that. Ignore that it's the Hadfield. Ignore that it's the Hadfield. I just forgot to change it. Okay, so it deals 5, but you have resistance 3, so it deals 2 damage to your shields.
That's nothing. Okay, we're good.
Yep, shields are holding. Now it's back to you guys.
Enter free will. Engage and evasive maneuvers.
Do we still have the effect of my sensor scan?
Until your next turn.
Which is right now, correct? So,
Yeah, so I recommend we take another shot, not to take anything away from free will, but we'll lose that bonus.
Well, no, until
Okay.
But
well, no,
how
until
does
your
the combat menu-
well, no, until your next turn, which isn't going to be till next round because you've already
Our
gone.
next turn. Oh.
Yes, your next turn.
Gotcha.
So no, free will
Yeah.
can do his thing.
enter free will.
Okay,
evasive maneuvers.
how does combat maneuvers work?
Okay, let
Because
me.
I don't have. I'm not on my computer and I don't have the notes.
Okay, let me pull up the handouts again. Where are they? Christ, where are they? Why is everything in this so bad? Evasive maneuvers, is that what you said?
Evasive action, yeah.
Evasive action. Okay, that is
No, it's combat maneuvers.
right, but
No.
this is an evasive action, is what he's.
So, daring con, difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's structure.
Except no, because you don't have anything from the ship, and the difficulty is up by 2.
It's 3. Okay.
Difficulty-
Free will, you can use momentum.
Okay, but what does that do?
It
That is what I-
reduces the enemy's targeting. I'm assuming this is for all enemies
Oh, okay.
engaging us.
Right.
All attacks
Okay.
made against the ship are increased. All attacks made against. Well, wait, hold on. All attacks against the ship and all attacks made by the ship are increased by. Okay, it requires 1 power as well.
Yes. Oh, you should also be keeping track of your power here.
So we used 1 when we fired phasers.
And they also used 1 when they fired the ship's phasers. So 2.
Okay, we're at 7 now.
Yep.
For one
So
phaser,
just remember, if you're doing evasive maneuvers, that means any tasks you make to hit them also go up by 1.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So should we do that?
You could do an attack pattern
Attack pattern sounds better.
because it makes it
Yeah.
it makes it easier for them to hit you, but you're probably gonna have an easier time tanking the hit.
Attack pattern delta engage.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to roll?
This one is, I believe, a daring con. Oh, god damn it! How does attack pattern?
Daring con difficulty 2, assisted by ship's weapon con.
Well,
but
this
it's gonna
time.
be difficulty 4.
Yep, and you don't have the ship assisting.
Okay, so take a momentum, get yourself 3 dice. A daring con.
And should my focus combat maneuvers work now?
Yes, and I am going to spend a threat to increase the complication range. By 1.
So should I put like
Complication range 2.
complication range 2, dice 3, right?
Dice 3, that's the one. Focus, yes.
Yes. Did it work?
Yes, it did.
You don't
Nice.
have enough though, because it was difficulty 4.
Nerds.
So nothing doing, and you spend a power.
Okay, then how can oh, but it wasn't con. Oh, okay, never mind.
Daring
No,
command.
It was con. Well, yeah, why
Yeah,
did
it
you
was-
roll command? You were supposed to roll daring con.
It wouldn't have made it. It wouldn't have made a difference.
But he can re-roll that one of those dice now, considering he's got cautious.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
sure, and you can gamble that it's a crit.
But
Yep.
please, let's gamble that it's a crit.
Okay, so
1 dice, focus applied, complication range 2, or no,
No,
Or
don't-
2.
complication range 2.
2.
Nope.
tell me it's a crit.
Mm,
Nah.
same.
Nope.
Okay, so
Close
the
enough.
So the other Romulan vessel is going to start making an attack pattern on the Vulcan science ship. And that is, let me see it, the Master Tosek, Romulan scout craft, 2, yeah, it's difficulty 2, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Nope,
They don't make it.
they don't make it. So it passes back to you guys. So
Okay.
either
Ensign Corin. Photon torpedoes, full spread.
she's already had her turn action this turn.
Oh, then what else is left for us?
There's Volok or Wag.
Oh, I thought I was, the computer repair was my turn.
It's already gone back around, I believe. Oh wait, no, it's
Oh.
just Wag.
Can we have a security support take another shot?
Sure, but the difficulty is gonna go up by 1. Probably,
Even despite those sensor roll that we made.
yeah, because you're using the weapons twice in 1 turn.
Can we take a free action and recharge?
What do you mean, take a action and recharge?
Well, just get some power back. Can we get some power?
Captain,
Yes.
recommend we move to impose ourselves between the Romulan vessels and the Vulcan vessel.
Ensign Freelo's already had a turn.
Well, someone else can attempt the task, but the difficulty will be higher.
Can we recharge some power?
Well, who's gonna make the roll? It's gonna either be Wag or actually, I think it's just. Oh, you haven't done anything yet, Jacoby.
That is true. Can I use my determination to entice Ensign Corin to another shot, perhaps?
Yes, you can direct Corin to make another shot.
This is with my determination. Okay, do you need to know the value?
Well, here's how you can actually make this work. You, as the commanding officer of the vessel, are allowed to give your determination to another character. And then you can direct her to take the shot again.
Okay. Ensign Corin, I give my determination to you. Take the shot.
Oh, I totally forgot. Because I forgot the scale of these things. The scout craft that you already hit is now listing.
What is it?
It's listing.
What's that?
It's
We hit it pretty good.
you hit it pretty
Oh,
good,
okay.
and it does not. It managed to get off one last shot at you before it went silent.
Okay, Ensign Corin, shoot the other one. And use this momentum that we have, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you need two.
The determination, so we need 2, yeah.
Dang it, but we get an automatic success, though, don't
You get 2 automatics. You get 2. So, hang on.
She only needs 1.
The difficulty of this roll is 4. Or wait, no.
It's 3 because we made the scan. Aha.
Yeah, the scan.
Yeah, but it's second attack on the roll, so it's 4.
So it is 4.
Objection.
But you're rolling 3 dice, and you get to assist with your presence command because you're directing
There
her.
we go. Okay. There you go. Okay. You got all that, Corin? 3 dice.
And you do have a focus.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the bridge?
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh! How much do we generate?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes out of a needed 4. You generate 3 momentum.
Take that.
So roll it again. Your roll the
The
ship's
ships.
phasers.
We were firing torpedoes on that one, I thought.
Oh yes, we shall fire torpedoes.
Well then you only get 2 momentum out of it. because
That is fine.
the difficulty for torpedoes would have gone up because you weren't at optimal range. So that's 2, 3, 4. They have a resistance of 2, so you might want to spend a momentum to give it piercing.
Yes, piercing it is.
Okay. The so it's high yield, so that's well, it doesn't matter, it's 2 breaches anyway, so the ship blows up.
Well,
And I'll tell you now, you are out of combat.
Oh, God.
How about the other ship?
It's just listing. It's not doing anything. Because you just
No, we didn't hit it.
and by the way, you down in Valak down in
Yep.
engineering.
well, I was working on the computer.
The computer returns control back to you. Whoever was
Hey.
trying to transmit to you, they have sure as hell stopped now.
They are deader than death.
So control of the ship has been regained.
You want to let me know, Velok?
I suppose. Commander, it seems we have regained complete control of the ship.
Thank God. Lieutenant Wag, can you scan the other small spacecraft for any signs of life?
Hang on. Yes, there are 3 life signs aboard.
Status?
Alive. They're alive.
Commander Velok, could you beam 3 life signs from an enemy runabout directly to the...
I can attempt to, sir.
I'm not even gonna have there be a roll for this, just because all things considered.
Ensign Corin, if you will be so kind as to
I-
welcome our new prisoners.
Actually, I sent a message to Corin.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't see that. It looks like the Vulcans are healing us.
On screen.
Captain, I demand an explanation. Why did you fire upon our ship?
Our ship was taken over, Captain. From the inside. A virus was established inside our computer. It seemed to have relinquished control of the ship to one of the runabouts which attacked. Naturally, as you can see, we have taken care of the problem. And with that, I think we have taken care of the infiltrators.
I see. Well, we are simply a peaceful research vessel, Captain. We are not in the habit of taking prisoners. I grant them to you for disciplinary action.
Thank you, Commander. You can rest assured, Starfleet will want to know what these guys know.
Mm-hmm.
If there is nothing else, my crew and I have to get to work on our computer cores, and we shall leave you in peace.
Thank you, Captain. And the signal cuts, and the Vulcan vessel turns away, and
As soon as that thing cuts, I will ask the captain, shouldn't we help them? Since there were breaches on their ship?
and
They're
and it's gone.
It's not our job to help them, Ensign. They have their own path, and we have ours. Ensign Corin, let's go welcome our new prisoners.
Mm-hmm. So, you meet them down in the brig. And, you gonna bring anyone else with you?
Well, let's bring the whole bridge crew with us.
Alright. Okay.
Every player character can come with.
Okay, so you go into the brig, and there are 4 Romulans there. And they are all dressed in sort of that weird Romulan type uniform, but with the red, and they don't have them on now, but the security teams confiscated the masks from them.
Can I sense how they're feeling?
They are quite unsure of what to do next. It appears that they were not prepared for this.
Oh, gentlemen, I am so sad they have removed hanging by the neck until dead as a court-martial punishment, because this is what probably would have awaited you in some other period of... However, I must ask you, what is your goal?
Hold on a moment. We simply wish to make the logic worshippers pay.
But why? Have we not made our differences... have we not put our differences aside us in the Dominion War? Are we not allies?
Oh no, we're not allies. We do not follow the Romulan Star Empire. We have been disavowed.
In any case, you shall be punished accordingly. Although, if it were up to me, you would have been punished differently. However, you're lucky it's not up to me. So you're going to rot in here until we get to the Nernder station. And then, we shall see exactly how much rights you possess.
Captain,
Yes.
none of these Romulans look like the Vulcan I saw on board.
What?
My science officer friend.
Are you...
The spy, Captain, the spy.
Are you certain?
I'm certain.
Didn't you already
Damn
take
it.
one into custody?
Well, you
I
did.
don't think we did.
Well, you did destroy one of the shuttles.
And, yes, and we also got one of our... Well, okay. Ooh. GM, the inspiration point that's led to us goes to a question.
Yes.
This guy...
Wait, 1 second. I was gonna ask the computer, and you can decide, Commander, but just a suggestion. I was gonna ask the computer how many personnel on board the Hadfield, and how many life forms are currently on board the Hadfield, just to see if there might still be someone hidden.
Well, okay. I'm not even
But,
gonna have you make a roll for that.
But I'm sorry, did he see the guys in the medical bay?
No, it was while heading back to the bridge. No. So after you do the check, you perform a scan, and other than the Romulan intruders, the number is the same.
Well then, Lieutenant, I think we have nothing to worry about, so I want you to be on your toes. After what we experienced, I don't want this happening again. As for the 4 of you, I'll look over to the prisoners. Pick a better mask next time. That one's ugly as hell.
Mm-hmm. And so, you guys are about to, warp out of the system, and I am going to end the episode with the following shot. It is the end of the shift. You are all going to bed. Silo, you are going to bed. You go to your quarters, I assume?
Yeah.
Alright. You, this is the shot I want you to picture. The door opens to your quarters, and it's a side shot of you. As you walk in, you didn't notice the man standing at the end of the hall. A Vulcan in a blue science uniform who wheels on his heels, walks to the right, and disappears. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Mask of Tosek.
God damn double agents, I hate them. Can we just purge the ship?
Out of character, that was obviously my imagination the whole time.
Can't we just purge the goddamn ship? Just like all non-essential personnel can get the hell off my ship?